Hello everybody, my name is Dave MC and welcome to my Ark Survival Evolved build diary. For a while now, I've had Ark Survival Evolved in my Steam library. Okay, I've had it for a while now, but I really enjoy the creative freedom that you are allowed to use in the game. I've created settlements before in this and created little larger structures and tested towers and such, but I really wanted to build a fortress, as you can see behind me. So this is Fortress Lag. You're about to see the whole construction. It will be time-lapsed, so it will be sped up. Just a few disclaimers before the video gets started. I do use the Ghost admin command, so I'm able to click through the land. You will also see there are moments where the recording process breaks up. That was a technical fault on my end. But overall, I'm happy with the build and the diary itself. So you're now going to see how I went from this to this, and I really hope that you enjoyed this. So get yourselves comfortable, have a cup of tea, and I'll see you at the end of the diary. The adventure first began with me loading into the island server and then setting off to find a location that would be suitable for the castle. Initially I thought this area would be okay. It's quite wide, it's quite open, but I was in the western area, which was a medium level, so I decided against that due to the fact there may be predators, there may be large creatures around, so I set off for somewhere new.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Okay, that didn't really happen. So I took out a map to see what region would actually be better for my castle. So this region that I'm in at the moment is full of like Tyrannosauruses and predators that would most likely destroy my castle. I thought more to the center, but then I happened to notice that there was this little island down here. That little island is perfectly isolated, it's far away from the mainland, so I decided that would be my new home. So off I go. Ow, 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 ow. And there it is. We're almost there. So there it is, the island where I will build my castle for this build. It wasn't until I was walking on this beach that I noticed an old foe of mine. The lead sick this. I remember you, you bastard. I know what you did last time. What? What the hell? What the hell? Stephen, bring the sails down. We're gonna have to get out of here as quickly as possible. Come on, we gotta get to land before this thing can destroy my boat. Pretty sure it can't take any more hits. I lost 4 hours of footage because of you, you bastard fish. This is for Steven! Dick. Okay, so this area is the central area of the island, so I thought I'd build the foundations for my castle here. The best way to start it off was I had to get rid of all this grass and all these trees, so I grabbed myself a sickle and made my first steps into building my castle foundations. One down, only 2,000 more to go. Cue the music! So after I built all of those, took down all the trees and that, these rocks were the next thing to go. So I started chopping down these rocks with my axe. Cue the music! Yeah! So after clearing all the rocks away, the area seems to be quite flat. What? What? That... Oh! The first steps that I took building the castle was the foundation. These were made with foundation blocks and triangle blocks so that I had a nice rounded shape. This would be an area for the grand foyer, which would be downstairs, and a throne room, which would be upstairs. Next to it, on the right hand side of the castle, if you're looking at the front door, would be a dining room next to that. So here what I'm doing is I'm building an extension of the castle. This would be the courtyard area. I'm using a combination again of foundation blocks, triangle blocks, and I'm using ceiling and foundation pillars as well to make the solid structure when I build stuff over the top of it. What I'm doing now is I am using stone walls to build the castle walls. What I did was I made the castle build quite big so I could put 2 layers of walls on the castle itself, one on the outside, one on the inside, so that you didn't see the wooden beams on the inside. For me, aesthetically, I like to see the stone brickwork, not so much the wood pillars that make up the stone walls themselves. One thing I did decide to do on the build was make a 2-layered ceiling as well. So there's a layer of ceiling above another layer of ceiling. So when I put the pillars into the foundations of the castle, you couldn't see them sticking through. This plan eventually did backfire because I wanted to build pillars up through the throne room anyway. So this is what I did. So when building the walls of the throne room, I decided that there would be gaps in between when I was building this. These are where the windows would go. I wanted to have windows into the throne room itself, so it was kind of like a cathedral or church-esque kind of vibe. When it came to the windows, I wanted to have them extend out of the castle so it had a nice shape, so it wasn't all flat. So I used some triangle blocks and then I used some sloped roofs to give it a nice shape on the outside of the castle. For the windows of the castle, I used greenhouse walls. That way it had a nice bit of daylight and natural light coming into the castle. So when I eventually put electricity and generators inside, there wouldn't be torches or light burning during the day. One thing I wanted to add to the build of the castle was a skylight, sort of glass ceiling, so you could look up. So from the throne room, you could look up into the night sky and see the stars, or you can have more natural light coming in from above. It would also provide a little bit of heating for the house itself, so the characters, your player model, can stay warm. One once I believed the throne room construction was complete, I moved back outside to finish the castle courtyard and the plaza area. This would be, again, a large area of the build, and I wanted to make sure that there was enough space to put more structures outside of the castle itself. What I'm building now is a plaza and staging area. This will be another large area outside of the castle. It does build into the sea a little bit, and as you can see again, I'm using a combination of foundation blocks, stone pillars and ceiling tiles to create a solid structure. Excuse me?
Is the build finished yet?
Anyway. It was then I started to work on staircases in the castle. These would create a layer of levels to it itself. So on the outside plaza area, there would have been a staircase which was twofold, so it would go the left and the right, so you'd have two staircases either side. On the inside of the castle, I kind of wanted to go for Hogwarts castle kind of thing, in which there were, again, two staircases, one going left, one going right, but create a grander scale sort of thing. Admittedly, I couldn't make it as big as I wanted to, but I still think it turned out pretty well in the end. At this point, I started working heavily on the King's Tower. This would be the tallest part of the structure. I did do an experiment to see how high I could make the structure, but I got to a point where I couldn't build any higher, so I decided on a height from there and built the tower structure around that. I would call it the King's Tower, in which the king would look over the island areas and would rule over the people. experimenting, trying to put in a front gate into the plaza area, and also fine-tuning the walls of the castle, from the courtyard, from the plaza area. I really just go around afterwards, fine-tuning everything and making sure that there are no gaps, that there are spaces that can be filled in are filled in. It's handy actually having the 2-layer walls, because I can have things stick inside the wall and it not stick out the other side. So it would again create one nice cohesive shape. So here is me building castle walls and building a front gate into the castle. For the last few pieces of the castle, I wanted to add the roof structures. So these are sloped triangle roofs that I'm adding to create a nice rounded shape on top of the King's Tower. And you'll also see me go around on top of windows and such, also adding the slope the slope stone roofs. So it creates a nice cohesive shape. So here I'm adding stone railings to all the walls and areas so that it kind of creates a balcony kind of area. Adding railings to it just stops people from walking off the side of it and killing themselves, because I don't want that on my conscience. So now I come onto the part of the build which was the most time consuming due to dinosaurs respawning and realistically just going back and forth, as you will see along the build. So this part of the build is the castle walls. These are the walls around the whole perimeter of this tiny island that I've chosen to build on. What I use is a combination again of foundation blocks and triangle blocks. I didn't want to use ceiling tiles and pillars for this part, as I wanted it to be solid foundations only. It did make a bit of a weird shape, but I think it actually looks pretty cool. What I used as well for the build, the actual wall part of it, was I made it not like the castle wall, which was 2. I used 3. This time around doing this part of the build, I used stone walls, I used metal walls, and again stone wall. So it would be stone wall, metal wall, stone wall. So the metal would be in the middle, so if anyone did break down the walls, there would be metal behind it, which would protect it even more from attack. part I wanted to add to the perimeter walls was the castle gate, so like a moat gate. I used foundation blocks again and stone pillars. There was no possible way for me to use just foundation blocks to build the main gate, which would be a stone, but I think it was stone behemoth dinosaur gate. This would be an entrance, a way in and a way out for ships to come into the castle itself. finally, the last thing to do on the build was put walls on the perimeter wall. So they were there was a combination of stone walls and railings to create a sort of defensive wall that someone could hide behind if they wanted to defend the castle from attackers. Again, this is on two sides of it, so there is a stone wall one side and a railing on the other. When I was building the walls, I noticed that the shape I had to use the combination of triangle blocks and foundation blocks, which then create the shape. And it didn't come out very even on the perimeter wall, but overall, I liked what I did with this. Once the walls and barriers were completed, I finally had my finished product. So here is the finished product of Fort Lag. If you have stayed to the end of this video, you are a champion, my friend. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to Dave MC for more gaming content and SWOTOR videos and more build diaries. There may be more coming up. Cheers guys, see you next time.